Hello, everyone, and welcome to Angie Talks TV, where you'll see reality TV show reviews, crime stories, and stories on real life experiences. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Imagine your girlfriend telling you she's pregnant, but one thing she didn't remember is years ago you told her that you couldn't have children. What would you do? This is a Reddit story. It's called My Girlfriend Told Me She Was Pregnant, so I arranged to move all of her stuff out behind her back. Let's take a listen, and I'll give you my commentary at the end.
If you only read the title, I might sound like a bad guy, but I'm not. I've known I wanted to be child-free since my early teens. My parents didn't oppose me, but they did say I could change my mind. Since I'm not an only child, they'll still get grandchildren. When I was 20, I got a vasectomy. When I was 22, I met my girlfriend. I've been open about wanting to be child-free from the very beginning. I remember telling her about my vasectomy, but to be honest, I think there was already alcohol involved, so I'm not sure if she remembers. We were dating for a year and a half when she moved in with me. I'm now 25. 2 weeks ago, I got home from work and my girlfriend was standing in the living room smiling. She showed me the positive pregnancy test. Thinking it was a TikTok prank, I played along. When she didn't reveal it was a prank, I knew what had happened, but I continued playing along. That night, I got up at midnight and started sending emails. I took a week off and emailed my best friends the details, telling them to pretend they knew nothing and to be prepared. The next morning, I left for work as usual, but I didn't go to work. Carl, one of my friends, was waiting outside. He had a cap and a hoodie ready for me. The whole week we followed Katie, and on day 3, she met up with her affair partner. We followed them to a motel, and then Carl followed him to his home. The guy was married with kids. We devised a plan. I convinced Katie to go to her parents' house to tell them the good news last Saturday. While there, I gave my friends the keys to my home. At Katie's parents' house, we had lunch with the parents and siblings first, and then Katie told them the good news. Everyone was happy. After a while, I got a call I had to take. It was my friends telling me they were done and ready. So I asked to make an announcement. I pulled Katie aside in front of everyone. I bet they thought I was going to propose. I started by telling how we met, how much she meant to me, and ended with, "And that's why it hurts so much that you cheated on me and got pregnant by someone else." The room was silent. Katie looked shocked. She started telling me it wasn't a funny joke. I said, "I'm not joking. The moment you told me you were pregnant, I knew you cheated. I got a vasectomy 5 years ago. I go to checkups every year. So if you're pregnant, you've cheated." At that moment, her phone rang. I told her to answer it. It was probably blank, the real father of your baby. Probably want to talk to you about moving in, not sure if his wife and kids are going to like that. What happened was that my friends had loaded up everything of Katie's in a U-Haul and brought it to AP's home. When they called me, they were in front of his home for the final part. They rang the doorbell and asked AP where they could put her things. He was confused and they handed him and his wife a folder with pictures of him and Katie. And Carl said, "Since OP is kicking her out, she needs a place to stay. We're just delivering her things. And since you don't want the woman who is pregnant with your child to stay on the street, we assume you would take her in." AP called Katie yelling that she ruined his life and never wants to see her again. After hearing him scream over the phone, I said, "Oh, so his wife doesn't want his mistress and her affair baby living there. So you'll have to stay here with your parents." With that, I walked away, leaving a crying Katie and her confused and angry family behind. My friends brought her U-Haul with her stuff to her parents' house after AP refused to accept it. I went home where my sister was waiting for me. She knew everything. This was not part of my plan, but Carl knows me so well. I broke down and cried in my sister's arms. She stayed the weekend taking care of me, allowing me to give grief and process the betrayal.
Okay, and that's the end of the story. I think it's kind of weird that they hadn't had the vasectomy conversation more than the night that he feels that she may have had alcohol. She seems like she was going to go the whole 9 months and beyond, having this guy think that was his baby. So he just nipped that right in the bud. Katie is definitely some kind of something. She was going to actually play this whole thing out, but it didn't work out in her favor. I know some people may disagree with the way the guy handled it, but what she was about to do to him, I think it's far worse. She knows she cheated, and not only did she cheated with a married man. If I were the guy, I would still just make sure the baby, I would make sure the baby isn't mine, because there have been times that I've seen that even though guys get vasectomies, there are times that they can still or have still impregnated their girlfriend or wife. So I would still, make sure the baby isn't mine, But anyway, drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think about this whole situation. Do you think the guy handled it improperly? Do you think it was a better way he could have handled it? Or do you agree with how he handled it? Until next time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.